good battery, and a mini concept as well. Just get it down there. Oh, there we are. Yeah, this is a mini version. Working on the same concept, so I get some better light. Hopefully. Yeah, working on the same concept. It's got 6 magnets around it. Currently they're all repelling each other, so it's all north on the inside or south. If I just pull off the rotor, this was actually system rotor. That's a little alternator in the middle, 6 poles. One of the poles was used for very fine gauge wire, like a trigger I guess, but I've soon replaced that with 18 gauge. You can see it's slightly different colour. I've connected into a circuit. These are all bits and bobs that I've stuck together, and all this I've done myself. This is the rotor. That was a flat smart drive motor. I've dug out all the inside, took it off, and kept them to the sub bracket. Cut out the little rotor. This was very hard to make because the gap here is like a mil or two right at the top holding it together, and then this ring magnet, which was, I've had this for a while, really good ring magnet. It's all got north-south poles on it. Very high RPM when I just connect it by like a hard drive rotor in the middle. It seems to hold pretty sweet with it. One thing I do get, so if I just pop that in place, just pop this on the ground here. I've noticed obviously the magnet's metal. You get a lot, and then that rotor is not actually connected to anything. That's just purely the magnets holding it in place. Just purely magnets. So I'm dealing with a lot of force. I can overcome that obviously once it gets up to speed. There is very little resistance, but as you can see, when it slows down, it shifts the whole unit. That's just purely magnets pulling that. So overcome it. It does generate power, but I'm struggling with this little drive system here. It is a bit well, it's well too weak, so I've got to figure out a way of getting the torque. But this was just like a mini version of this. As you see, it's quite a large one, and it weighs a ton, I'll tell you that. 3 stators, what, 72 magnets plus the 2 9s on the inside. I can't even figure out the maths, and all this ply board. Yeah, it weighs a ton. Yeah, that was just I guess a quick rundown of what I'm doing. Obviously, Bedini pulse motor, 2 2M35 5s in parallel. Have you got that? Yeah. That's it. Yeah, that's simply what I'm doing as far. Like I say, I'll give a little quick edit into the full version once I've put on the blades and show it running. Yeah, that should be it for now then. Any questions, just pop a message in the bottom. I guess this is the part you've been waiting for. This is the put together version of it. See, it's quite neat, but very chunky. Weighs a ton. I've got the blades fixed on there. There's a screw holding it. Turn the rotor. Blades turn, and you might be able to see down there that it's, the blades go right between the gap. That's about 5 mil. Oh no, a bit more than that actually, yeah. Right between the gap, distorting the fields and producing power. No, by that, because it works in the same principle as a conventional one, in an unconventional way. Right, I'll just get it started up, bear with me a second. So I just connected the negative to here. There's the camera, screw it. Yeah, let's give it a little spin up. There's the traditional Bedini pulse motor. It would help if I had the positive one too. So yeah, that wire's actually fused onto the clip from previous experiments. Works quite well, as you can see. Hey. Fine, that's connected up, give it a little spin. It does take a small amount of time, well, an amount of time anyway to build up speed. I don't know about sound, so I'm going to speak a little bit louder. Sorry if it's crappy audio, but it's this webcam. Let me tune the depth 5 down here. I'm pushing it, speeding up. A little bit of a breeze that comes off of it, which is always good for cooling. Right, hopefully that knocking will stop pretty soon, because that's not really meant to be happening. Right, as we get to working with very precise bits of equipment. There we are. Put me on length top. It's just shifting because again you see it's all cable tied and such. There's the output, by the way. As you can tell by the increase in noise, that's better. I've got my hand on it now, put it in place. So yeah, increasing speed, increasing the output. Over 9. Normally, a good bit of Bedini 4-3. Pretty much helps speeding things up. It's because of the exposed bearings that it sometimes seizes up. But yeah, I think that's all I'm going to get out of it for now, because it's not quite sitting right. But yeah, with my hand in the way, that's one in there. That's the pulse motor 18 gauge. And I'm going to try to short it out so you can actually hear it with this short. 4. Yeah, I'll put away now, so try to put the next because that's where I was. This is under load now, completely sorted out. Okay? Well, that's the pulse motor. It's not like a piston engine. Well, obviously it's an electric version, but a lot less torque. But with this, it works pretty good. I've tried feeding it back on itself before, but again, it slows down. Consumes, well, it should consume really the same amount of power or less, because it's a pulse motor. It's not a DC motor. Yeah, that's in the direct torque. 0.5 volts remaining. Take that off. As you can see, the toggle is pretty much instant to where it was before. Yeah, an audio will change, but nothing else really changes. Yeah, that's that running with the help of holding it together visibly. Any questions, leave them in the comment box. I do like the winding down sound. Alright, see ya.